Hey guys, it's your girl Tasha. I'm coming in with another video. Today I'll just be working on a few projects, and this is just going to be a work with me type of video. Thank you all so much for coming in to watch and to work with me. Hang in there. I'll be right back to get it started. Sorry for the interruption, guys. This video was originally going to be a work with me type of video, but it turned into a troubleshooting video for my BAi machine. If you're interested in seeing what happened, hang in there. Let's go ahead and get started. The first project that I wanted to start with is going to be a in the hoop burp cloth. I already have my design pulled up in the machine. Okay, I want to make sure I have the right hoop selected. So I have the little hat right there selected. That brings you to your frames. And I'm using the largest hoop. The largest hoop is A. So I'll select that. And it said must uninstall cap driver for machine safety before selecting the enter button. And I already have that removed, so I'm just going to hit OK. I'm going to trace the design. This is just a test. Normally I will press out any fabric that I'm using just to get those wrinkles out to make sure that it lays flat. But this is just a test stitch, so we're just going to roll with it. Came undone. Right. So number 7 came undone. I hit the emergency stop button so the machine doesn't start back up on me. All right, guys, here it is. This is where it all started. All right, guys, so I just rethreaded it and then pulled it out a little bit. I think it was probably too short. That's why it came unthreaded. Go ahead and release my emergency stop. Okay, so oh goodness, and it moved out. It shifted out the hoop. All right, guys, it's the next day. Last night while working on my project, I just shut everything down. I ran into a problem. Instead of getting very frustrated and just quit, we don't quit over here. I told y'all that early on, videos ago, we don't quit over here. I went to the Facebook group. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, it should be linked down in the description box. It's a good idea to go there because you find a lot of answers to a lot of problems and things you might come across with this machine. So I just went and I researched, looked in the group, and it was a very helpful comment that was in there. At first, I started to just finish the project without bringing the camera back in. But I know I said I wanted to share my journey with hopes of helping someone else along the way. So again, I'm just coming back in. This is the next day. I ran into a problem last night when I was trying to do the burp cloth. And when I had the thread break, I hit the wrong button and it shifted my project out. It shifted out of the frame and I didn't know how to put it back in there. So this is one of the places where I want to include the troubleshooting. How did I figure it out? How did I move forward to get the project done? So again, I just wanted to share this with you all because, again, this is a learning journey, and I want you to see the true, real side of things. This is not the perfect part of embroidery. It's the learning side. If you're already in embroidery, you know that we run into these roadblocks that we have to get over to create beautiful projects. So I love embroidery just that much that I don't quit. I don't give up. So, hey, let's get started, guys. Alright, guys, right here, this is the frame right here. You see the red? The red represents the frame or your hoop. And this is my project. It's way down here. We're going to try to figure it out here. So I'm just going to press a few buttons here. If it works, it works. If it does not work, no problem. We'll take it, try to erase it, and load it up to the embroidery machine. But this is a learning thing here, so we're just going to play around a little bit. We're going to use the arrow keys here and see if we can just move it up. Now it's saying wide limit error. And also I did take my I did remove the hoop as well, so the hoop is not on. I'm going to hit escape. I don't really know what that means. Okay, so how do I move it up? Oh, okay, so instead of pressing up, you want to press the down button. That moves it back up. So I'm just pressing that bottom arrow. This is the one that I'm pressing. I'm trying to move it back into the hoop. Okay, so that looks almost centered, but I don't totally trust it. All right, so I put the hoop back on. So now I'm gonna go over here to the design and just kind of skip through my thread changes because it was just getting ready to stitch the letters or the name that's on there. So I'm gonna try to see if I can skip through it here because it's showing that it's the outline. So I wonder if that's the placement stitch. So what I want to do, I'm gonna use this scissor icon for it to drop the needle. Now it doesn't look like it's going to be on it, but I'm going to check it and see. Okay, so I'm off just a tad bit. Let's see if you can see where it dropped the needle. So it's just outside of it. So how do I move it back just a tiny bit? So I'm going to hit the down button to move it up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm going to hit the scissor thing again. Almost. My goodness. It's a little bit off still. Y'all, do you see this? I hope this don't cause a problem right here. Look where the needle drop at, y'all. Who came to play? Not me. We learning over here. Ha! Nah. It's in there, y'all. Found the placement. My next thing I need to do is figure out how to get back to where the letters are. So I'm trying to skip through threads. I'm trying to see what happens up here as I move through. Okay, so that's 2. I can't tell what thread it's on. Okay, so let's back up again there. So this is what I'm hitting right here to go through the thread changes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and press the green button and let it stitch out. Okay, so that's the right place. Nope, it's not. Let's cut that. And let's back up, no problem. We go back to the thread changes. So it's going to the O, backing up. So because the J was already orange, that meant that the next step was actually the O, because the J is fully stitched in according to this here. So no problem, we're going to back up here. And this looked like this is the squiggly part of the design. So let's back up one more. It just finished the tack down. And because the white part, the squiggly part, because it's still white, I'm assuming that that's the next thing to stitch after the tack down. So let's see what happens. So this is a test, guys. So hey, hope you're in for the ride. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching this far. I hope this is helping you all. After watching this over again, I realized I could have did some things differently. And I know you're probably asking, how did I even get here, right? After I had the thread break, I rethreaded my machine, but my machine was still beeping at me. I think if I would have just backed my machine up a few stitches, I think that would have helped me get started back up. Instead of backing my machine up a few stitches, I hit the wrong button. I hit the EMB button. And from my understanding, when you hit the EMB button, that means that you're at the beginning or the end of a design, meaning you're finished stitching or you're getting ready to stitch. So I think that was telling my machine that I was done, and that's what shifted it out of the hoop. Alrighty guys, that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this off so I can rehoop the next project. The first stitch is the tack down, and for the tack down I'll use thread number 2. So I'll go ahead and put in number 2, and I also want it to come out to me, so I'm gonna hit the offset button after the first stitch. That's going to be the placement stitch. Actually, I want to do an offset so it'll bring the hoop out to me. And then for the next color, that's going to be the tack down. It can be number 2. It's a light blue over there. And then I want it to also come out to me. And then, so I want to hit the offset button. That's what that F is right there. I don't know if you can see that F. So this is the placement tack down. The third one, thread number 7, that's going to be squiggly part of the design. After it does that, then it's going to do the letters. So I want the letters in number 2, thread number 2. And after it does the squiggly, it doesn't really have to come out to me, so that's why I didn't put the offset there, because I wanted to go straight on to the letters at that point. That's thread number 2. I want for the J. Oh. Placement, tack down, little squiggly part, JOSIAH. And then, again, I'll do that in number 2. That's going to be light blue just to close it up. That's all of them. So that I'll hit OK. And put escape. And now I just need to load my hoop on. Now that the troubleshooting is out of the way and my BAi is over there stitching out so happily right now, to get some work done. Now I'm working on the hoop project. I'll give you a closer look at that in just a moment. Guys, this is one reason why you don't give away or you don't get rid of your single needle machines. You never know when you'll need to go back to using your single needle machines. flipping you. All right, guys, I need to just flip it flip it right side out. And I like to keep a little chopstick around. Be careful that you don't poke through it. Oh, like I just did. So after you do that, you'll just take and tuck this inside to close it up. I read that you can use either like stitch witchery, or just taking if you have a sewing machine, just take it and sew it up on the sewing machine, or maybe do it on hand. Then with the bib, I'll do the same thing. Flip it right sides out and then close it the same way you would close the burp cloth. I'll add the fasteners on it or some little snaps to it. Thank you all for watching until the end. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and remember to turn on your notifications. And until next time, see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.